Hey, everybody. Hope you are doing well. So, we've done Jeff Healey before on here a few times, but this is different. This is actually Jeff Healey and the Jazz Wizards. Now, there's a story behind this. Um, the Jeff Healey band was a very well respected blues rock band during the late 80s and early 90s. Um, he didn't at the time want to be pigeonholed into just being a blind blues guitar player. So he ventured off and did some more rock oriented music. And that had limited success by comparison to his first and second album releases, which were a little bit more bluesy oriented. So he kind of stepped out of the limelight for a while. While he was taking a hiatus, he taught himself how to play horns, specifically trumpet, but I believe he actually taught himself to play a couple of different instruments. And he's always known as a big jazz fan. As a matter of fact, by all accounts, he had one of the largest collections of jazz 45s in the world. And he even hosted I want to say, weekly radio program up in Canada specifically dedicated to playing old jazz music that was not really readily available and sort of just keeping the world of classic jazz alive. Shortly after he felt he was good enough on his horns, he decided to form a jazz band, in this instance, the Jazz Wizards. And he performed, I don't know whether it was nightly, but very, very, very regularly at a club that he opened up in Canada, specifically a jazz club. And then you get around to him releasing some recordings with the Jazz Wizards in a pure jazz setting. So he didn't go back to playing guitar regularly and playing, the Jeff Healey band guitar stuff till after a period of time had passed and he was doing the jazz stuff. So it's a really interesting take on how an artist so firmly recognizable in one particular genre can, if they should so choose to, spin off in a completely different direction, even to the point of playing a completely different instrument and enjoying a new form of creativity. It's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like when a musician or an actor or something like that decides that they're also going to do, I don't know, paintings or something like that. Like Carlos Santana and Jerry Garcia did paintings over the course of their careers as another outlet for their creativity. Well, in this instance, Jeff Healey put the guitar away for the most part and decided to rediscover another form of music that he became very proficient at, which was jazz. And right on down to, again, having a radio show and performing live in a club that he opened. So with that said, let's check out the song Little Girl by Jeff Healey and the Jazz Wizards.
Just as sweet as can be, just a glance at you meant love from the start, and oh, what a thrill came into my heart. Little girl, oh, with your cute little ways, I am yours for the rest of my days, and this great big world will be divine. Little girl, when you're mine, oh mine, blood. girl for me, little girl. You're just as sweet as can be, just a glance at you meant love from the start, and oh, what a thrill came into my heart. Little girl, oh, with your cute little ways, I am yours for the rest of my days, and this great big world will be divine. Little girl, and you're mine, oh mine.
Did I neglect to mention that that was a live performance? I think I did. I think I neglected to mention that. What fun, huh? What fun. I don't know if anything quite gets my heart pumping quite like a thumping upright bass. Just that doom, 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 doom. It's like, oh, just such a tempo driver. And, clearly he chose a whole grip of great musicians to play with him. People who were certainly more embedded in the jazz world than Jeff Healey was as a player for a period of time. But man, did he really dedicate himself to that genre of music for a while. And I love it. I think it's just a wonderful twist. I mean, it would be like if, in a way, it would be like if Jimi Hendrix had put out a classical piano album, a part way through his career, or if Ozzy Osbourne trained himself to sing opera. You know what I mean? It's just obviously it's hyperbole there, but it's just a nice little twist on a career, and Jeff Healey was a guitar hero of mine. I will always honor that and mention that because he's a blind guitar player, and he taught himself how to play guitar very uniquely. And me, as a partially blind person, as a legally blind person, found that incredibly inspiring, much the same way that I was inspired by Ray Charles. So again, for him to sit back and say, you know what, I'm going to take a break from this bluesy rock guitar thing, and I'm going to learn how to play, trumpet in one of my other favorite genres, jazz. Whether it be, straight jazz, Dixieland jazz, or whatever it is. I'm going to learn that, and I'm going to just take some time off, and that's going to be what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate my time and life to that. And he did. And it came out wonderfully. Now, I was very happy when he then afterward, came back out with the cover-to-cover album with the Jeff Healey Band again. That was a wonderful album, too, with songs like Angel and Communication Breakdown and a couple of other covers on it. But yeah, I think it's just an incredibly fun recording, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. We can talk about it further. Know that I appreciate you, and I wish you all well. Take care.